Hey everybody, Whiskey here, GM for the LoadingDice livestreams. Unfortunately, some of our settings got messed up and we actually didn't manage to save the first VOD of the first episode of this campaign, so I'm quickly going to give the prologue that I gave during the livestream for any of you guys who didn't manage to catch the first stream at the time. Okay, so if this was a movie, we'd fade in from black. An extreme close-up is held on a white carpet. Its quality is quite apparent from how close the camera is. The pan very slowly begins to creep out upwards, and red ooze begins to seep in from out of frame, staining and slowly inching its way across the carpet. We continue to pull back until a limp hand is caught in shot, then a body. A guard wearing gilded golden and black armor marked with yellow and black cloth lies dead in a beautifully decorated room, his presence ruining the otherwise pristine scene. A girl sits bolt upright in her bed, maybe 7 years old. Her eyes wide in fear, her hair jet black. Two men, loosely dressed in leather and cloth, step into the room over the body. Their skin a darker sand-like colour. As they quickly scan the room for any threats, they lay eyes on the girl. The girl clutches some form of stitched animal toy to her chest and tries to quickly scramble under the bed, but one of the men is too quick, grabbing her by the ankle and lifting her into the air. She frantically twists and whacks at the man's loosely armoured chest to his amusement. Her toy, which is now clearly a falcon, a symbol of her nation, falls to the floor, as she lets out a cry of desperation and anger, continuing to beat on the man. Eventually, the intruder's amusement wanes, and the man grabs her more firmly, wrapping both arms around her and restraining her, completely leaving the room. The girl kicks at him as he does so, leaving us, the spectators, alone. The camera slowly pans towards the ground, zooming on the dropped falcon as you see an edge of one of its wings smoking, as if recently alight.
Oh, hello, everyone. We are live, and like one of you waves, one of you does finger guns. Oh, hello, everyone. We are live.
It's the personality, you know? Frosty's a really gentle soul, so he waves.
Oh, totally gentle soul.
And I'm
Gentle.
so aggressive, so
Hello,
finger guns all the way.
Zagratos.
Soul.
First chat of the stream.
stream.
Stream,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. How's everybody
on?
doing today? It's Monday. It's new day of the week. New day of the week. Jeez.
It was
new
Mother's
week,
Day yesterday.
week of the year. Yeah, Mother's
New
Day
week
was
of our
yesterday.
lives.
You guys do anything fun?
You know, I appreciated my mother.
Yeah, how have your streams been going? Oh yeah, it's Mother's Day over where you are, isn't it?
Yeah,
We have a different
yesterday.
Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We have a different Mother's Day in England.
Yeah, but that's not important. It's only important
yeah,
where
yeah.
our Mother's Day is from. So
Exactly. Exactly. It's a
you're not
national.
the god yet. You're not the GM yet till we start.
Be careful.
Had a nice roasted beef thing. That's pretty ambiguous.
That's interesting. Ambiguous.
My week's been
Yeah.
going good. I've been I DM'd a bit over the weekend. That was a lot of fun, and I'm starting to run like a Stars Not Number game with some friends, so that's looking good. Started looking into LARPing a bit.
There you go.
Just into sort of LARPing costumes more than any actual LARPs, and I'm just gonna try and organize that with some friends at some point over the summer. But yeah, that's me.
Sweet. I'd rage
Have
quit
you guys
if I
been-
went LARPing.
I would
I would rage quit. Yeah, I would rage quit so hard. Be like, nope, unacceptable.
Unacceptable!
He
Yeah.
casts Fireball, but it's just like a foam fireball. What the fuck?
Well, no, I'd be like, you didn't blend your elf ears into your actual ears. Fucking.
Oh right, you get mad at people
disgusting.
not being tryhards. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like you're not trying hard enough.
No, exactly, man. And then I show up to like the undead camp, and they're all wearing, like fucking paper mache.
Yeah.
It's like, get out of my life. What is this? What is this shit?
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm just gonna play as I'm gonna LARP as an unimpressed human. I'll be doing it so well.
You're not gonna LARP.
Time traveling and
Well-
human from the modern day, just like this is shit.
Yeah.
Well, Frosty, you're not going to LARP as your spirit animal, the non-binary hybrid Argonian Khajiit?
Oh,
Isn't that
no,
The
dude,
lusty Argonian
yeah,
maid?
I'm a lusty Argonian maid, dude.
Yeah.
I skipped school for this, Carter Smith. Beautiful. I mean, I don't do that, but beautiful.
Yeah, don't do that, but if you do it for us.
Yeah, exactly. If you do skip school, come here instead.
Yeah,
Precisely. Tripper, what you've been up to?
Well,
you've been doing a lot of streaming stuff.
God, yes. All the streams with that guy. Which
one? Which guy?
I'm pointing at you, Dan.
I don't see him. Where is he?
Yeah, acting like you're in a box.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm in a prison.
Them, he is a box.
Got to think outside the box, son. No, we've been having some great streams. Streaming a lot. I streamed like 2 times the last 2 days.
You guys will be streaming after this stream as well,
yes, right? That we will. And yeah, I've just been super hyped for some D&D. And what else have I been doing? Mostly looking for a job, honestly.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's been my life. Had a good Mother's Day. Made some origami stuff for my mom. It was nice. She liked it.
Good.
That's all. That's all there is to know.
I'm gonna throw some tavern music on just while we chat.
Go for it. Yep.
Yep.
So we have some
chat for a couple minutes. We're just by the way, guys, we're just letting the stragglers show up. So.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just allowing time. So yeah, a few announcements at the start. If anyone wants to throw us some fan art to use as tokens or as character pictures, go ahead. If you want to throw us some tokens of like generic merchant, goblin, just throw those our way either on Twitter or on our Reddit. Both links are down below the stream. But yeah, we would obviously have to like have a little thing saying like you are allowed to use this on your stream, blah 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 blah, so that you don't sue us. But other than that, yeah. We're still in early days, so if there are any issues with sound, like there was last week with just the whole stream as a whole, thank you, Bashan. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, any motherfucking bullshit. Well, yeah, it's still beta.
Yeah.
It's still in alpha.
Still beta.
Guys.
So give us some time on that.
No, we're like Daisy.
Please
We're never
simplify.
gonna come out of early access.
We're never gonna.
Hell yeah.
Never gonna come out of early access. Yeah.
Another thing is 2-minute tabletop. Great guys shared a lot of his maps with us, so. You know, if you guys want to check out and get some free D&D maps for any games you guys are running, go check him out. He makes some really good maps. So we'll be using them on this stream later, probably.
I know I said this last time, but I've used the map before, and I killed one of my players on some of his maps. So they're designed very well. I didn't even have to I wanted to design a hard boss battle, and like the map sort of did it for me.
It had like a spiraling path that you had to follow to get away from the boss when we were running away.
Yep. It was pretty
great.
great.
We had to go single file, and then in the pool.
The warlock who just couldn't do it, just got roasted. He couldn't attack and move, so he got roasted.
Not even killed by the clay golem, killed by skeletons, dude.
Yeah, he got killed by skeletons that popped out of the ground. So it was pretty good day. So definitely check out his maps. If for any of you evil DMs that like to kill their players, approved.
That guy.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
These
guys. They take enjoyment.
Eating some almonds. We had some great fan art last game submitted on the Reddit. Thank you guys for that. You created the meme of Brock.
Off the
Corrids, just roasting people with those rocks.
Oh hell yeah.
Killing people is one of the best parts
of being Gem.
Yeah, exactly. You just get to be like, now you drop to the ground.
Well, says another.
Do we have to address the English issue as well while we're here?
Might as well.
I know that's kind of a bitch, but we have to.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Ruben, the organizer, kind of designer, runner of this stream. At the end of the day,
100% bigoted racist.
Pretty much. I mean,
these were all my titles.
He's English. Yeah. Mother of Dragons. He set up a rules list below the stream. It's pretty simple, pretty common sense. But last time we had a lot of non-English chatter, and the thing is, we don't want to keep you guys from talking, but we would definitely like to make sure everyone can participate. And if people come into a stream and they see a language from around the world on a stream that is labeled English, that's probably going to turn them away. And we want as much interaction as we can have.
Yep. Well, there's that, and there's also the fact of us not knowing exactly what's being typed, and then all of a sudden there's some crazy shit in the chat. Yeah. So it just kind of makes our lives difficult. So if you would please try and keep it to English, that'd be fantastic. Not trying to be like, fuck you. You can't write in German. You can't write in whatever. It's just helpful to us. So.
I realize every time I say down below and I like point down, I'm actually just pointing directly down at Tarippa.
Yeah.
Like pointing,
Oh, right down.
I have to
right?
point down.
Not down at him. It sounded his penis.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like he's pointing down at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, baby. It's all me. All me.
Hell yeah. All you do.
Hello, Deuce Williams. I could not remember my Twitch password. Well, get fucking roasted.
We've got more people phoning in now.
Yep, I
beautiful.
think 2 or 3 more minutes, and then we'll start up.
Yeah,
with
we're just
the
letting
intro.
in. We're just letting in the stragglers. Everybody, we'll be starting in like very quick.
Better quickly.
Yeah, very quick.
Yes.
Can you guys hear the town music, by the way?
I'm not in the game, so I'll be able to in a moment.
Lazy.
Well, that would
Lazy boy.
be you not hearing.
I'm not
it.
lazy. I'm looking at myself right now. I'm just looking at myself and reading
just
the
your
chat.
own beautiful face.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I get up
Vanity
in the morning, dude.
At its
You're
finest.
so vain. You probably think the stream is about you.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think this stream is about us getting fucking roasted next combat because we almost got killed our very first combat.
Dude, that was
Disgusting.
Oh my god.
It was pretty beautiful, to be honest.
Oh, that was amazing.
That's what happens. That's what happens, guys.
It's amazing. We guys, we weren't fighting like some massive giant or a troll
No.
or Etten or anything.
I mean, you know, it was a tiny little dude. He was chilling out.
Exactly.
He's
Exactly.
about like that big, you know?
Yeah, it was the size of a gnome, and he chucked a fucking rock at us that almost killed me.
Did 3d8 damage. Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, I
Could have
thought you
been
were some
worse.
badass dwarf from the Fountains of Creation.
I
that's a
am,
couple hundred years
bastard.
old. I'm just an old man. That's my excuse. I've passed my prime.
For
I know.
anyone who missed out on any parts of last stream or on the last stream as a whole, we'll be doing a recap in a couple minutes. We're just letting people sort of file in right now.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll have the intro and then do the recap. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So just
All
one
right,
more
so we
minute.
got a minute till the recap. Yep.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness gracious. This session's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, I.
Time to save the princess.
Well,
I'm ready.
well, that's the thing. Like, we're coming in.
I'm ready.
I'll save it for the recap, but we're in a very precarious, self-placed,
Self-imposed.
position. Yeah, self-imposed
situation here.
Thank you.
Complete
yes.
bullshit. No, dude, we're gonna do
Yeah.
it. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Sure. I believe
Sure.
I believe you.
I mean, if we, to be fair though, guys, if we die immediately, horrible deaths, we'll be rolling up our characters for the real game. So it's kind of a win-win, even if we die, because it's like then the real game gets to happen. So that'll be kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this is a real game, but again, this is a test run. This is sort of a beta to see. And I mean, we've gotten a great response thus far. Like,
Yep.
I think we're all pretty impressed. On that note, without droning on much longer, I think we can go ahead and throw down the intro.
Oh yeah, so mute that tavern music.
Absolutely, and everybody...
See you in a moment. Un moment.
Un momento.
In a momento.
Oh yeah.
My name is Sir Eben Red, ex-knight of the Valens family. 3 days ago, an envoy of the king snatched me from my retirement. The message reads as follows. Sir Eben Red, though we have not had the pleasure of making acquaintance, I have been informed of your past work.
And it is only now, in sheer desperation, that I reach out to you. Recently, the beautiful city of Strilla has been taken by the Silene Empire, and along with it, my daughter. I fear for my daughter's life should I march an army to its walls. Thereby, I humbly request your services, Sir Edmund. We will discuss things further. Signed, Decius Marcia.
With his own hand, I see. Well, against my better judgment, I shall bust out my armor. I suppose these old bones still got one fight left in them.
Hey now, you old fuck! Don't forget about me! You didn't think you'd be going on this quest without your good friend Golgrin now, did ya? I'm here to ensure this poor lass's life will be safe. And the princess's too.
Charming. Oh yes, and my dwarven companion will tag along.
Dwarven companion? Have you forgotten who I am? I am Golgrin Ferrishard. I hail from the fountains of creation. I fight for the glory of the dwarven people and all that they stand for. Justice, fortitude, steely resolve, iron will, a burning passion bright as lava. A grand stone wall of virtue and power. 12 buttresses of pure gold could not contain our histories, as long and magnanimous as they may be. You know the dwarves once spent 8 years building a gate, replete with the histories of a single king. Let me tell you of his...
I see this is going to be a long journey.
There was once a time...
And we're back.
Hello, beautifuls. My name is...
12 buttresses!
I know, that kills me.
8 years!
That's the best part, dude.
I love that. I just...
Oh god! I went when I was editing. I went for the most ham one out of like all of them as well. The most ham non-peaky one because there was one that was way louder, but like
that was
just horrible audio.
Peaky.
Yeah.
Peaky,
I feel
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. There you go. That's a good show. You guys check that out.
As it should
Not
be.
sponsored by Peaky Blinders, but it's just good
Hey.
media.
Frosty ears, but you know.
Yeah, I am.
The rest of us aren't.
No.
Loading Dice does not.
Tears.
Frosty, Stay Frosty does not represent the interests of Loading Dice, and
You guys better not die your entertainment while I run errands. Well, Deuce, that remains to be seen because straight up we might die like 5 minutes in. So let's do this.
Yeah, we
find out.
I got it covered, man.
we fight the whole city guard. God.
Yep. I hope so.
All right.
That'd be great.
So,
That'd be a great start.
I mean, let's throw down. How are we gonna do this recap?
So, last time we started out, the group was just trundling down the road in a cart towards the city of. If you want to put the battle map up,
Yep.
Jen, so I can show like little places.
Oh, yes.
The city of Greason. They were traveling along Pilt's Path down to Greason, the capital city of the entire country, where they would meet with the king, who would discuss their mission with them. They arrived, and there was a lot of sort of pomp and circumstance, a lot of sort of noble crap, essentially. They had to, get dressed up. They had their meeting was delayed because the king was busy. They had a nice meal. Gogren got particularly drunk at the feast, I believe.
No.
But yeah, you guys had a pretty good night. The next morning, they took you into a room. They got you dressed. You went to go meet with the king. You passed a very imposing-looking individual in the hallway, and eventually went into the room to meet with the king. He discussed matters with you, sort of tucking away a map before you guys could catch what was on it. But yeah, he implored for you guys to go and save his daughter, the princess, from a city which was under the control of an enemy nation who had invaded the country. You guys sort of discussed a bit further, getting details, getting plans, organizing for the king to arrange a force of men, I believe 5 men at the edge of the forest are waiting for you.
I think it was 5 men, like 5 good men to meet us there. If anything goes awry with horses.
If you manage to get the queen out, you can just run straight to the forest as quick as possible, where you can just quickly duck in and try and get away from the forces. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that's just if shit hits the fan, which it probably will. So,
yeah. But yeah, after this discussion, you guys brought along by a sort of squirely gentleman, bringing 2 horses that you guys were riding on up to the edge of the Westwood Forest. The squirely gentleman riding his own horse, and then bringing all the 3 horses back to the city. You guys stood on the edge of this sort of mossy, thicket-like forest. Entering the woods, despite being warned of the dangers inside it, this creeping ice-like fog, that sort of thing. You guys entered the woods and got up to where the Savage Run hits the sort of thins out in the forest. You guys decided to rest there because it was a nice clearing. It was you'd be able to see any intruders. People wouldn't be as likely to attack you there, you thought. But during the night, your rest was interrupted as a vine-like, hair-like tendril tried to wrap around. I believe it was Sir Edmund's leg, while Gogren was asleep. You guys were attacked in the night by a small, sort of goat-like rock man. Sort of like if you compacted a satyr into the proportions of a dwarf, but the height of a gnome.
So
Wow.
demonic Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
Great.
But he assaulted you in the night. You guys had a hard-fought battle against him, and unfortunately, in his cockiness, he was defeated, coming into struck down by, I believe, Edmund while Gorgon
I roasted
was
him.
unconscious.
I cut his head off, roasted him. Old man saves the day.
We're both old
Just
men.
so you guys know, I'm almost like 70 years old, so roasting people at 70.
So you guys continued through the forest the next morning after Gorgon managed to sleep off quite a bit of his trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys managed to make it through the westward towards the edge over in the sort of Sosius province. You guys hit the edge of the wood and could see in the distance the far off city of Strilla, the city that had been captured by the enemy forces. The walls are mostly circular with 4 tower spires coming out from each corner, and you saw the main gate. A little way off, I believe Gorgrin spotted a small cart sort of trundling its way along down the road towards the city, and you guys ran out, jumped in front of the cart, and were like, "Hey, you!" to this gnome who seemed very confused with the entire situation.
He'll be fine.
Whom I gave like 100 gold to off the bat.
Yeah, you gave him like 10 plat.
Yep.
You were like, "Hey, the city's been captured. We need your cart. We're saving the princess." And the gnome was like, "What? What is it? What is any of this? Who are you? What?"
Princess.
He doesn't even know what a dwarf is. He's really confused.
Yeah.
So, but you guys managed to roll pretty high on your persuasion. And I believe Edmund tucked Gorgrin into a sack of grain that he'd emptied in the woods off to the side,
And then
Edmund
buried
is
him?
Now, yeah.
Bastard.
And now Edmund is like hanging underneath the cart.
I'm actually following behind the cart until we get close to the walls. I may end just end up riding it, so we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the situation that we're in. So we're gonna get fucking roasted, probably.
That's where we left off. These guys trying to essentially accompany this cart into the city. So
That's the plan.
So yeah, we'll pick up there with the gnome looking back confused at you, Edmund, as you're sort of like standing behind the cart. He's like sort of almost waiting for like a go ahead to begin.
I'm just gonna tap
down the road.
on the cart lightly, kind of knock on it just to let him know he can keep moving. And at this point, I'm sort of just tying up the rest of my armor, putting it inside a sack, and instead of going down under the cart and putting these guys at our mercy, putting us at their mercy, I'm going to ride the cart with him.
Okay.
Because I'd rather see what's coming.
Okay. Yeah. They Yeah, the cart begins trundling along the road to up from the road that goes from Daimel to Strela, if you can see that on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You guys get closer and closer to the gate. The horse is moving at sort of a slow trotting pace almost the entire way. The gnome looks visibly shaken. Like you can see like a bead of sweat going down his face. Seems like if you don't remember the description last time, he's sort of like a not terribly portly, but like a healthy layer of fat, sort of gnome, white mustache, sort of slicked back hair. But yeah, he's still, he's still riding the horses, that sort of thing. He just seems to be a bit out of his depth. You can tell, Edmund. You've seen like men like this before. You're like sort of more battle hardened, and these are greenhorns essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just not used to this sort of circumstance. But yeah, you guys eventually sort of get within the site where you can make out more details at the front of the gate. You see 2 individuals standing at either side of this lowered iron gate at the front of the walls. They seem to be sand-skinned, wearing a mixture of sort of white cloths and brown leathers, and each of them is holding. Each of them at their sides, because even you'd be paying attention to this more than anything, has like 2 holsters, which look like dagger holsters at their hip, but they have like almost the handle of the dagger isn't coming out from the top; it's coming out from like the side, which is weird to you because you probably haven't seen a weapon like that before.
Interesting.
But yeah, you guys continue down the road, and you get up to the gate, and one of the men starts sort of breaking off, and business. He's like calling up. The gnome sort of panics and just sort of points to the back. I'm moving. I'm trying to move some grain.
I'll just put my hand on the gnome's shoulder.
Yeah, like you have to put your hand like lower down. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put my hand on his shoulder and just transporting grain from one of the nearby villages.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're giving this gnome advantage on a deception roll here.
Okay.
Because you're sort of
Nice.
So
Good going. Eatman.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not an uncharismatic person, but he's not used to deceiving people.
Yeah,
so,
I would imagine.
So we'll roll
See what he
2d20
gets.
plus 3.
Oh!
So nat 20.
Yeah, boy.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, the guard, this sort of gentleman. You can't see his most of his face because it's covered by this sort of leather cap, like helmet. But he sort of like you see him let out like a visible sigh, as if tired with this whole situation.
Mm.
All right, check. And the other guard begins moving around. I'm going to roll an investigation check. As he begins sort of rummaging through the grain. Okay. He begins rummaging through the grain.
So he becomes rummaging through, and if he's gonna start,
yeah, he's going. He goes
I'd
through.
like to talk to them.
Yeah, he goes through 3, and he actually he's going through like one at a time, like along the cart. Gogron's over on the right side. He's starting from the left side, thankfully, so you have a bit of time here. But he is definitely looking to search through every single thing of grain.
So yeah, if he's gonna do that,
after a while, as opposed to like sticking his arm in, he just like jams a sort of sword, like a short sword off his back into each sack of grain just to save time.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. So if he's doing that, I'd like to talk to. I'd like to speak kind of like loudly. I'm gonna look over at the gnome and just. Well, do you suppose we should tell him what we got back there? I'm gonna look to see if the guard captain's paying attention to me.
Yeah, the gnome like is just looking up at you with wide eyes and just sort of like almost doesn't know what to do in this situation. He's just like, and then just like shakes his head.
I'm gonna look at the guard captain and just, now listen here. We got an angry dwarf back there who's hell-bent on taking this city back from you. Now, I wouldn't piss him off, and I wouldn't stab through that grain, because if you get him angry, well, he's likely to kill your whole army.
Gogron, you can
kind of give him a smile.
What do I hear? You can hear like it's muffled because there's probably like a bit of grain in one of your ears, but you can hear the gist of what Edmund is saying. So you sort of get the idea that they're probably probing a lot of the cars.
Yeah.
So you can sort of be ready to jump out at a moment's notice.
Oh yeah. What I would definitely like to do, what I'd like to have been doing, realizing that we've been stopped for more than like 20 seconds, I'd like to have my shield sort of upward. And just kind of have both my arms behind it and my warhammer behind it, and I'm still armored, right?
I can tell you now. Moving your shield upward will 100% alert the guy who's searching the crates towards.
Don't do it, man.
No, I won't do it then. Yeah,
I'm trying to fuck with his brain. I'm trying to tell him what's there so that they don't search anymore.
Yeah. That's fine. I'd like to be holding my weapon and my shield. I don't have to be hat pointed up.
I think you said you were holding like your weapon was sheathed, but you were holding it, and you had your shield like on your arm.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you can't really like move it above you without like all of the grain moving and.
Yeah, certainly.
So what is the guard's reaction to this? Do they not give a shit about me?
So the guard at the front of the cart who you're talking to, not the one who's searching. The guy who's searching just seems to keep searching, but the guy at the front just says, "Dust." Dwarf? He's like brow furrows.
It's a joke. Look, I'm trying to stop your man here from destroying the entire shipment of grain. Look, if you're going to be held up in the city for a while, you're going to want the bakers in the city to be making bread.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Let's see how how persuading I am. Let's see. Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. Do you have inspiration?
Put a little love in it. No, I don't.
I'll give it to you. You have it now.
Stick.
Okay, so
Damn.
Great. 14.
Oh.
Okay.
I tried, guys.
When you try your best.
So what the gnome has to do is he has to beat a 14, which he doesn't. So yeah, the gnome is too frightened. It was basically to see if you could encourage the gnome to speak up and do anything about this. But he's sort of he's shitting his pants. Not literally, but figuratively. But yeah, the guard at the back is still sort of stabbing through. The guy at the front is basically just keeping eye contact with you now, Edmund, and he's got his hand, like one hand on each of his blades at his hip. And he's just sort of watching you. And they go through, stabbing each one. Let me roll just another investigation check to see if they find you.
Did they get a nat 20 on the last one?
Yeah, that was to see how thorough they're checking.
Okay.
They're checking very thoroughly.
Well,
So they're going to check very thoroughly, but they're going to not check well. That's what I'm
exactly. As soon as they hit the metal.
fucking shit.
Should I
yeah,
make anything to contest that, or is that just them?
That's just
Yeah.
I've already got like the DC
understandable.
to beat, and they have,
How many guards are there right now?
as far as you can
Outside.
see out here, 2. There are some on top of the walls.
Is the gate closed?
You can see, yeah, the gate is closed.
Anus.
There is like there are like on the side of the walls there are like 2 like guard
Archers.
sort of posts.
Yeah, archers.
But there is a door like on your side of the gate and on the other side of the gate, so people could hypothetically like go through the guard's post sort of thing. Like just like a small door sort of thing.
Well, you want to, Bajan, you want to kill some guards because this ain't working out.
Yeah,
I don't actually make noise, but this is I can't. Yeah, exactly. I don't have a
Okay,
choice in this
so
matter.
Let me just get a character sheet up as he stabs down into the sack of grain that Gogrin is in.
This should be fun.
You got armor on, so
Yep,
that's
that's
at least
true.
something.
There's a net 1.
Wait
So
a
yeah, he stabs down, and Gogrin, you're sort of like pressed up against one side like this.
Yep.
Like your legs also
Oh,
like
God.
that, and it stabs down. You actually like see the blade go directly like past your face, like down past your crotch.
Yep.
And he lifts it back up.
Jesus.
Goes, stabs the last one, looks over at the other guard. Goes null. Shakes his head. The other guard goes, pass. And the other guard who was searching your crate goes into the guard's post, and the gate begins slowly creaking up.
I gotta look at the guard captain. Now
Nat
you do
1,
understand
holy!
you're
If
making
he rolled
a big
anything
mistake.
other than a nat 1, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
He would have gotten you, but that's
Yep.
the way it works out, dude. Because luck.
Oof.
So
Oh baby.
you're making a big mistake letting us in, angry dwarf and all. We'll see you later. Just kind of look at the guard captain, smile at him.
Okay, before you go, he just extends a hand. He's like, weapon.
Aye.
Yeah, he's like extending his hand, like hand it to him.
Or
You want a loud weapon?
when do I get them back? Once I leave the city, or what?
Nods.
Sounds fair. I'm gonna unstrap my swords and hand them to him.
Okay. Yeah, you do so. It seems like he's not like pulling them off you or anything.
No,
rough,
of course,
like, you
of course.
just-
I'm an
you
old
hand them
man.
to him, he takes them.
He's not fucking with me. So, yeah, I'll just unstrap my sword belt and just hand it to him. And so what? Will I come back here to retrieve them, or
Nods again.
right? Well, take good care of them for me, will you?
Nods again. Seems like he's better at understanding than speaking. Like he's only been speaking in like the occasional word sort of thing. Like probably been taught very recently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we'll go in.
But yeah, you guys begin making your way into the city. The cart sort of trundles along. Gorkrin, you're probably like sweating in lubricating some of these the grain in this
Yeah.
this thing.
little crumbs.
And the gnome is just like looking down at the horse, back at you, Edmund, down at the horse, back at you, Edmund, and then just like staring at the ground as he's sort of like riding the cart in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Could he look more guilty?
I've rolled some stuff on their deception and their like insight.
Nice.
They've been rolling. They just don't care
I'm
to roll
not
high
arguing.
insight, apparently. But yeah, you guys like trundle the cart in. The gnome lets out like sort of a long breath that he may have been holding the entire time. And Edmund, you look about the streets. Roll me a perception check.
Yep. Give me a moment.
Okay, you see off a fair way away, probably like 10 minutes by walking, there is the palace, this large light-stoned building with 4 spires at either side. The streets are mostly empty, actually. There are a lot of people. You probably, with that perception check, you probably catch like somebody look out the window and then quickly like duck away as you glance at them. There are a couple people on the streets. Mostly seem to be like people who are either kicked out of their homes. They look like very dirty, that sort of very like beggarish, or some kids probably like playing, kicking some form of like pig's bladder ball about.
Gotcha. Yep. By the way, he didn't search me for weapons, did he? Because the only visible weapons I would have had
he
on
would
me
have taken your visible weapons. The other guard was the one who was rolling well and stuff.
Okay, yeah, because the only weapons he would have taken from me then were Willbreaker and Frenzy, my great sword and my long sword. So I still have daggers, which is at least something. Yeah.
Yeah. The gnome does not have any weapons on him, so he didn't get anything from the gnome.
Well, fuck. No, that's fine.
Didn't get anything from me either.
Yeah, so I'm just I'm gonna let him roll us into town. I'm just gonna be, sort of studying where stuff are. I'd mostly like to be looking at sort of if there are active guard patrols in the city and how many guards are in each patrol.
Okay, he's sort of Okay, I'd say roll me another perception for that because you're looking for this specifically. But you get to sort of a point where you've like entered the city along the main road, and the road sort of splits down 3 paths, and then it just sort of like stops and just looks up at you. Where am I going?
Wherever you're delivering the grain.
Nods his head and takes the right path down.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, you look around. You actually don't see many guards about. Most of the guards that you have seen were concentrated on the walls and the gate. Around the actual city itself, it doesn't seem like there are almost anyone that you can see patrolling.
And by the way, if we pass by any peasants that have a cloak of any kind, I would like to try and get their attention.
There's probably like a guy like sitting down, like leaning against a house with like sort of a very dirty sort of rag-like cloak like over his head. Yeah, you could probably like, boy.
yeah. Oi, you.
Yeah, so just raises his head and looks at you with these sort of like very bags under his eyes expression.
I'll give you a platinum for that cloak.
Takes the cloak off.
yeah, exactly. And I'll hand it to him.
Extends it with one hand and extends like an open hand in the other.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll show him the platinum up like this, and I'm gonna just drop him the platinum while snatching because I know how beggars are.
Yeah.
And kill a bitch. Yeah.
Give me a strength check.
Strength check. Here we go. Let's do it.
That's a save, but that'll do.
Sorry. Oops.
It's fine. It's just -3 from that, but
I'm too strong for this bitch.
Yeah, you
anyway.
easily just like stab shit out of his hand anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it goes down to probably about your lower thighs, like towards the back of your legs. Like it probably doesn't go long enough on you. Oh right.
Yeah.
It's for someone else.
It's for an angry dwarf hell bent on taking back the city.
You're still in the grain right now.
You might. I don't know if you know this or not, but I brought a cloak. I'm currently wearing it.
Does
it go over your armor?
It's not a scraggly, horrible cloak. Is
That's a good point. That's a good point. It's more of a cape, I would imagine. The
I was
going
gonna say if it's not big enough to go over your armor, then no. I think a little angry dwarf walking around in full armor is gonna draw some attention.
Yeah.
So just wear both cloaks, like
Yeah,
one over the
exactly.
back, one over the front.
I'm gonna get
There you
so
go.
hot.
Double cloak.
Whatever, man.
You look like a fucking ghost. It's beautiful.
That would be pretty hot, to
Yeah.
be fair.
Disgusting. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, so you guys are currently in the town. Gogren, you're still in like a pile of grain. The gnome keeps sort of trundling along, probably for like another 5-10 minutes. So
Yeah.
Beautiful.
if I don't know if Gogren wants, if you guys want to do anything before.
Nope. Once again,
you
I'm
get
just
that?
keeping an eye out for stuff. That's about it.
Yeah. He's a patient dwarf. He's lived a long time. He's gonna wait.
Just eating almonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys continue trundling down the road, and you get to essentially what is a bakery.
Mhm.
And he stops off, knocks on the door. The gnome like jumps off the cart and begins like hobbling over. Waits. Waits. Looks back at you, Edmund. Shakes his head.
What do you mean, no?
They're either not in or whatever you said.
What's
What's
your
going on with
relationship with the person that you're dropping this off to?
I give grain to the baker here, down to the tavern down the road.
Aye.
I'm just a merchant business.
Well, does he have a stable that we can drop this off at?
He knows.
Aight, take us to the stable.
Yeah. Drive. Sort of. You continue. You actually have to go. Like he takes you left and then back a bit towards
Yep.
the stable.
Yep.
Drops the grain off.
All right, and yeah, if we get up to the stable, I would like I'd instruct him to sort of back up the cart towards it so that I can just kind of get Gogren out without causing a fuss.
Okay. Yeah. So he will basically do what you want. If you want to get Gogren out, I would like Gogren to roll me stealth with sort of advantage.
Oh god. Yeah, I mean, I am
Edmund
covered
is,
in
like,
metal.
trying to-
Yeah.
I would like
But-
to assist him with that. I'll be grabbing 2 grains, sacks of grain, and sort of helping like shield him while he's getting out. So if he just wants to follow behind me,
Yeah.
it'll be less
Gogren,
conspicuous.
it'll be with disadvantage, but also with advantage. So those neutralize.
Okay.
Just normal roll.
This should be interesting.
Give me that roll, big girl.
Yeah.
You are such a
Nice.
boss.
About what I expected.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get Gogren out. As far as you're aware, he's been nice and hidden, and you've got him in sort of a dark part of the stable.
Ignorance is bliss. Okay, perfect. I'm just gonna. I'm not gonna say anything to him. I'm just gonna like hand him his the cloak that I bought him. Kind of like shove it in his face.
Yeah, I'll grab it, and if it's bigger than the one I'm wearing, I'll realize what it's for and just wear it. It's probably much bigger
Yeah,
than
I
the
would
one I'm
like.
wearing.
I'd like to see where it measures down to him, and I'll grab one of my daggers and cut off the excess so he's not tripping.
How tall are you, Gogren?
Not very. I'm 4'2".
4'2". Okay.
Mhm.
Because Edmund, how tall are you?
Let me see. I think I'm.
This
I
cloak
think
is
I'm
about
5.
1.5 shorter than you.
I'm 5'11".
Okay. So, yeah, it's like kind of actually
a couple inches.
probably it's goes like down to the hem is like just touching the ground.
Yep.
Because because like just the width of Gogren compensates for any like lack of height, and this cloak was like too short on you even. So
Okay, good. I was just gonna say
Great.
if there was any excess, I'd like to cut it off, but if I don't need to, that's fine.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I suitably cover my armaments with the cloak?
yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, if anybody was like looking at you from straight on, if you were walking towards someone, they might see
Yeah.
like a bit of the. But you've kind of got it wrapped up as best as you can.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course.
What do you have any extra swords or anything? I'm
So,
sort of gonna look at you and I'm gonna
um,
gesture to my sword belt and just. Well,
Those rat bastards.
don't worry.
You know, I was
We'll
this
get it back.
fucking close. Like he holds his fingers up. I was this fucking close to getting a sword in me fucking nuts. You're right. It was a good idea though. Props to you. Anyway, Ruben, how long are javelins?
Depends. Are your javelins made by dwarves?
Obviously.
Okay. so they'd be about 3 foot tall.
Okay. How many would I have been able to hide?
So what? You're gonna give me a fucking
maybe
shank?
more like 3'5".
Okay. So I'm on the low end of 4 foot. So how many of those would I be able to have like had on my back while I was in that sack?
It's a difficult question.
Uh-huh.
Because the bags of grain are just about tall enough for you.
Okay.
But if you have like something pointy that's on your back, it's probably gonna like poke a hole in the grain, like either way you have it up.
If I
Because you're
were
like
just-
pressed up against one side.
Yeah. What if I were just like holding them against my body, I guess? I know we didn't talk about this last session, but I hadn't thought of it.
Are you gonna hand me one to poke with?
Ruben.
I'll say 1 because you would have had to have it like in your hand.
Yep.
So
Yep, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I would take anything I could bring. So I would have left the rest like hidden in the forest.
yeah, along with like a little bit of the grain that Edmund did like shove back in.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I have a single like I'll just show you the single javelin that I had pressed up against my body. It won't smell good, but it's better than a poker.
Aye. So I'll just take it from you for now.
Yeah.
Have
it.
Yeah, just if we get into a close fight, I'd like to have. Yeah, it's a D6
it's a plain-
instead of a D4.
Plain
so-
javelin. I think it's a D8 in 2 hands, isn't it?
A javelin? No, I think javelin. I think you're thinking spear.
Yep, my bad. Yeah, javelin is 1 hand. Yep, cool.
Yeah, that's what I
it's
thought.
D6
so,
no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
It's a D6. I mean, whatever. It's
Not
a
bad.
D6, not a D4,
Yeah.
which is better than. I mean, I get a +4 on everything because my god's a bouse, but.
Oh yeah, it's not bad. And you can throw it if you need to.
Yep. So so I'll just kind of grab that and sort of.
Yep.
If it's a smaller javelin, I'm sure I can kind of hide it on my person. I'm gonna grab the sack of grain that all my armor's in and kind of fling it over my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I think with that we'll be on our way if the gnome doesn't need us anymore.
Okay. I'd like you to just, I guess, roll me. It's gonna be a weird roll for this, but roll me sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
So the armor doesn't sound like a bell, I imagine.
Yeah. I mean, no. This is
Oh.
more for the for him hiding the
Javelin.
javelin in a way that isn't
Right.
just obvious.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
Nice.
Eamon, you're in your like full armor, right?
No, it's in my bag.
Oh yeah, you have.
He's
it
in a
your bag, so
brigandine.
you're in your padded armor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wearing a padded gambesson. It's just an old
Gambesson.
beat up dusty thing. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you begin sort of where and you like part ways with the gnome, and he like nods, seemingly like he's got that sort of like blink about him, like what the hell, like what just happened, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But just sort of like nods at you with like respect more than anything.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'll give him a warm smile, and hopefully we didn't cause him any harm. That's mostly what I'm concerned about.
Only
We didn't wrap him up
psychological,
in
it's
anything to kill him.
I'll look to the gnome. How much do you usually run for one of those sacks of grain?
fine. I now need to check.
Also,
I'm gonna say like 5 silver to a gold. He'll say.
okay. I bought 100 of these already. Yeah, so I'll just look at the sacks and be like, well, Edmund, I don't know what you were planning, but if it look like we have a job here, make us a little bit more inconspicuous. And
Aye.
I'll pull 2 sacks out of the back. Preferably ones with like gaping holes, like the worst holes that have lost a lot of grain. And I'll pull them out and say, I think I paid you for these earlier, if that's fine.
Yeah, he sort of nods.
Yeah. Yeah, I say that kindly to him. But yeah, I take out the sacks. Neither of us know how to sew, but I'm just going to try to like tug the thread and hand you one of the sacks.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that this is a long shot, but I'm hoping that you'll just look like my overweight daughter or something. I've got like hobbling around behind me.
I've got a fucking beard!
Fat halfling wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, most people here are human, so they're not looking down at you if you kind of keep your head down.
Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I kind of think for a second, and I look at you. If it were anyone else, I wouldn't suggest this. But you're my friend, Edmund. Yeah, and I'll reach for the sack. I'm your manservant, or dwarf servant, in this case.
I like that, and I'll just hand it over to him.
Yeah, I'll take both sacks. Like, try to hold them in such a way that they won't leak grain.
Over both shoulder.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
I've got a pretty good carry capacity.
At the beginning, you are definitely like out of one of them that has like a hole.
Yeah.
Sort of like at the back corner, you start leaking grain, and you have to sort of like adjust your holding of it.
Yep. Yeah,
But yeah, you managed to.
I guess.
I'm looking about the streets. I'd like to make my way back to that guard post because I'm of the mind I need to get my sword back, or this isn't going to be a very successful rescue of the princess.
Yeah. Okay. So you're heading back towards the guard's post.
Yeah, but what were you going to say, Bishan?
Oh,
you had
two things. So I would recommend that I carry. That's going to be a lot of weight. I carry how heavy is one bag of grain? I was saying I'm going to carry both the bags of grain, but also if I carry your bag of armor because that'll complete the story.
Yeah, the bag of armor is 65.
I know. Yeah,
65.
I know. I have 17 strength, so I can carry.
They also took my light crossbow from me, didn't they, Ruben? Because that would have been on me.
Yeah.
If that was like strung across your back, they would have taken that.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, I need to get my swords back.
Mm-hmm. It would be about. These are large sacks, so they'd be about 120 pounds. Like for both.
For both combined. Okay, shit. With 17 strength, my maximum carry is 15 times that, right? As in like on me carry? Okay. I'm gonna
Oh, dude, you're just gonna be winded as fuck.
I'm gonna assume I don't have everything in my Dungeoneer's pack on me.
We left all excess, remember? We left all excess where we would run to meet the scouts or
That's a
whatever.
good point.
Yeah, we left everything excess. The only thing that I've taken with me is I've taken some rope and a grappling hook or whatever and a torch.
Yeah,
those are the only things that I've taken on.
I don't have my obsidian symbols. Rats. Oh well. Yeah, so that makes sense. So yeah, in that case, I can carry 120 pounds on me. Even so, it would be 185 with all 3 sacks. Yeah.
You're carrying 3.
I'm carrying 2 sacks of grain and his sack of armor.
Oh yeah, so it's 185 because his armor's 60.
Okay.
What a beast.
So So could I just leak one of the bags because everything I'm carrying with those 3 bags is about 263 pounds. I can carry 255 on me.
Are you sure carrying capacity is more than encumbrance?
Wait, what?
There is a special thing for carrying capacity which is separate from encumbrance. Like lifting and carrying rules. Carrying capacity is strength score multiplied by 15.
Yes, that's what I'm using.
Okay, cool.
Yep. And yeah, I don't care if I'm moving slower if we're using encumbrance. So if I can like leak some grain into one of the bag I'm
just saying like the grain. What's your strength score multiplied by 15?
255.
Okay, so you can carry all the bags of grain then. Because the carrying capacity is separate from your encumbrance. Encumbrance is like what you're wearing on you, whereas carrying is what you're carrying like with your arm strength.
Oh.
Encumbrance is just weighing you down.
I learned
carrying
a thing.
like you can like sling something over your shoulder and carry that separately from your encumbrance.
I learned a
So
thing
you're just
today.
You're just tanking it right now.
Oh yeah, no, I'm doing great.
That's why there's separate things for him.
Yeah, I'm doing
Thank you,
great.
manservant.
Yep. All right. Yeah.
I told you it was a mistake letting in the angry dwarf.
It's gonna be
you're gonna be moving at half speed.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're kind of meandering anyway. We're not trying to draw too much attention. I do have a plan though.
Okay, I would like, by the way, whichever one of you wants to. I don't know whether Eamon was like dressing Gogron or whether Gogron was like getting his cloak on himself. If I would like, interestingly, stealth but with charisma on this.
Not with disadvantage because of
Gogron
armor.
is carrying himself. Not with disadvantage because of armor. It's how you're carrying yourself in the armor.
Oh, so why don't I just roll deception? I don't have proficiency in it.
Okay, if you don't have proficiency,
I don't have proficiency in either.
In stealth.
Neither.
Okay.
No.
Then just roll a charisma check then.
Deception. Okay, cool. 11.
Okay. Noted.
So yeah, the average person probably won't notice, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's why I just got to keep eyes on me.
Keep eyes on you.
I always keep eyes on you, Brennan.
Yeah, baby.
There you go.
Yeah, so I'm just trudging along behind him.
Yeah, and like I said, I kind of studied our way in. I've never been to this city before, but I studied my way in. I think I'll be able to find my way to the guard's post.
Yeah. Because you weren't in a stack of grain, so you can easily like Cogran has no idea where he's going, but he's trusting you to lead him. But yeah, like it's been like 10 minutes since you were there, so it's not exactly like I don't think Edmund has that terrible sense of direction.
Yeah. He's not senile. So if we get there, I'd kind of like to survey the area. Are there any like merchants, carts, or any types of like things happening in this area?
Like all along the road.
Yeah, because I'm assuming if it's a gate, there's like a little square that has different roads leading in different directions. So there'd be a couple buildings. I would like to know what those are, and I would like to know if there's any merchant carts set up anywhere. Because typically merchants kind of hound the front gates of cities to kind of harass people coming in. So I'm assuming there's merchants here.
Yeah, roll me a perception check.
All right, perception check. I've done really, really extremely well on all of these thus far.
So cross fingers. Okay. So you actually, as you begin to get back up towards the gate, you're just sort of marching, walking along with Golgren. You see there are a couple empty stalls actually, like that have just been like quickly abandoned, but produce is like there's no produce on the middle. And you think the reason might be why you see like 4 guards like basically standing at the other side of the gate. Like guarding the sort of from the inside.
Gotcha. So where is the guard post? Is the guard post like outside, or would I be able to access it from this part of the city?
Yeah, so there's like a tower, like I was showing you earlier. There's like a big tower off one side of the gate, which has like a door on either side of the it's like a probably like an oak door, but with like iron bars, iron bands across it, I guess I should say.
Gotcha. So,
but
yeah, I'm gonna look at Gogren and just. All right. Well, we have to get inside there, so I'm gonna point over to the guards post, and I think I know just how we're gonna do it. We need to find a few ruffians around the area. Like to get them to stop picking a fight with some people. Get the guards to pay attention, and then your job. It's going to be to set this stand on fire. I point over and I'm going to hand you a torch. I want complete pandemonium and craziness happening all at once. And just maybe we'll be lucky enough to slip in there, get my swords back, and get out.
I just look at my 3 sacks. What about this shit?
Leave it right here. Once we get going.
Add it to the fire.
I mean,
what do you say, old friend?
Yeah, I'll just like drop them, next to a house as unceremoniously as I can. I'll just look
currently
at
from what you can see like about the street, there are like 3 probably like 3 adults and 4 or so kids. Like the kids that I described when you first entered, who are kicking the ball, are probably like now like gathered together, like in like a sort of meeting-esque appearance.
I say we need to go to the local pub, tavern, someplace dodgy.
What for? Oh, for the people, right?
Aye, for a drunk. It'll get nice and loud, nice and rowdy.
What'll happen to me if I get caught catching this damn stand on fire?
Nobody's going to pay attention to you. Not if there's a brawl going on, especially not the city guard.
That's a good point. All right, well, let's find some roguish fellows.
Aye. Let's do that. So, we'd like to find a tavern of some sort. Rubly McDoubler.
All right. I think if we want to take our first break here.
Sounds good.
With you guys looking for the tavern. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, guys. I'm gonna go grab like a pack of crisps or something, and leave whoever wants to chat with the chat. Do that, but yeah, if anybody needs to grab drinks, go to the bathroom. Now would be the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you think my plan is not gonna work? I think it's creative. I hope it works.
Oh God.
I know it's harebrained and I crazy shit like this.
Harebrained.
I mean, it's weird enough that it might work.
Harebrained is generous. Harebrained is generous. I don't know. Let's see. You will fail. Well, that's
oh wow, Kratos. Jeez, thanks for the
support.